Hello everyone, Silverstruck here. Welcome to the Silverstruck channel. I have a lot of talking to do in this video, so hopefully you stick with me to the end. So I'll just get right into it, and I'll start by saying that yesterday I took an entire day off of work to do nothing but hunt for silver and gold. It's very unusual for me. I'm a hard worker. I work 5 days a week. It's a very busy place that I work at. I've been there almost 30 years, so it's not easy for me to step away for silver and gold, even though I take protecting my wealth very seriously. Silver and gold hunting can be done on leisure time and not business hours. But the reason I took the time off happened to be because we had a special event come to my home state here in New Hampshire, and that is a coin show. Up here, we don't get many. There's some smaller coin shows around you can go to, but as far as a really big show, that only happens twice a year for us in Manchester. Happens once in fall and once in spring. I had missed the spring show, made the fall show, so I went to that show, spent a long time there, and then I also went to 2 different coin shops afterwards. So it was a day of hunting for silver. Spot price was down below $49, so good time to load up. Even if silver drops, a lot of these things that I'm after are perma-stack collectibles, let's call them. Another special part of yesterday was that I actually met a member of the community here on YouTube, which was the first time in nearly 5 years of posting Silverstruck videos that I've ever met anyone from the silver community. It was a planned meeting, another New Hampshireite, and it was none other than AGAUaddict. So here's his YouTube page. He's a content creator here on YouTube, focused mainly just on vintage silver. He's incredibly knowledgeable, a very serious collector. And, his YouTube channel reflects that, so show him some support. Go over, watch a few of his videos, leave some comments. If you're not familiar with him, check out his channel, maybe subscribe. It'll be worthwhile. If you're here watching Silverstruck videos, chances are you're going to like what AGAUaddict has as well. So it was a pleasure to meet him. Went to breakfast, and then we went out and did about 2.5 laps, really, at the coin show, and just had a blast. Even though we're into the same type of silver, we had 2 different shopping lists. We worked well together, so it was really a fun time. So that leads me to the first topic of conversation in this video. I want to cover security, so I'm going to talk about that in a moment, and then I'm going to talk about strategies for coin shows versus coin shops, and share all of this silver. So a little bit longer of a video than I typically will post. But first, let's talk about security. I've got a safe, multiple safes. I have hiding spaces. You need that sort of thing. But the number one item that keeps my stack the safest and my family the safest is silence. Okay? So I can't stress this enough. That's why you only see my hands, no face reveal. I don't announce myself as Silverstruck in public. That certainly doesn't happen. Although a few times people have recognized my voice, but they haven't said anything. They would tell the shopkeeper that they think that's Silverstruck, which is pretty funny. But keeping your silver a secret, your stack a secret, is the number one thing you can do for yourself for security. So I don't talk about that a lot. Just wanted to mention it to you guys because the more wealth that you have physically, the higher the chance you could be a target for being ripped off. So the community here is very safe, but you still get to have to put the work into to know these people. Before I met AGAU, I had texted with him a bunch of times for maybe even a year, and then comments back and forth on YouTube videos for a long time before I decided to meet him. So he's just as cautious as I am. So security number one: keep it secret, keep it safe, and then keep it in a safe or a hiding spot, and you'll be better off. So on to strategies that I had employed here for this particular coin show. A lot of you are going to know what I'm talking about here, but if you're new, when you go to a coin show, it's different because you have access to dealers from all over the country. It's overwhelming, really. So what I like to do is I stay disciplined. I go in with a written list or a mental list. In this case, I had a mental list because I had a small list, and I stick to it, and that's that. I try not to get distracted. Every once in a while, I do, go outside of my plan if I can't find what I wanted. So let me share with you what I was looking for here in this show, and that was Engelhard Gold. Really looking for Engelhard Gold, specifically dated rounds. the prospector rounds. I have a 77. I've got a pair of 77s in gold, so I wanted a different date. And then in the half ounce, I have an 83, so I was looking for a different date. And all I found at this coin show was 1977 gold prospectors and 1983 half. So my plan devolved quite rapidly there. Another item I was looking for was upgrading my Carson City Morgan dollar collection. I had a little bit of success there, which was great. So I'll be able to show that coin to you in a moment. And I think the best pickup that I had ended up being in silver. I grabbed 6 ounces only at this show because I was after other items that they weren't available. So that's why I didn't have great success. Even with all of those dealers there, some of these pieces that I look for are just incredibly rare. So when we first got to the coin show, one of the first dealers we went to happened to have this sitting in a case by itself without the OP or the certificate of authenticity. So it was just the bar, and it was a great deal. So let me talk a little bit about this. If you like watching this channel, you'll know that I like original OP. So this is just fantastic to have the original clamshell and the certificate of authenticity. This is a collectible here. Very, very nicely toned. Beautiful bar. So this is part of a set. I'm only really interested in this New Hampshire bar. It's my home state. We flip it over. You can see that it is a Pioneer Mint piece, 1,000 grain. I did end up weighing this later on. It's 2.2 ounces. And I'll share with you what I paid. I paid $120 for this, which was a steal. If you go on eBay, you'll find that some of these go for $800-900, or at least that's the asking price, which I think is a little insane, but it's a very low mintage collectible. Now, one thing that I did notice is that some of the ones online have a serial number here. This is unserialized, so maybe some of you collectors out there can let me know if this one's a little bit more special because it doesn't have a serial number, or perhaps there were different years of these. I think the mintage is only around 50, if I read the COA correctly. So you can pause and read that. Say 2 troy ounces, but like I said, it's heavier. Here's the reverse. I like to have the price of $49.75. So originally about $25 per ounce, but $120. I felt that was a steal. And while I was buying it, then the store clerk that I was buying from pulled out all this original documents, and I can't believe I'd forgotten to ask about that detail. But there we have it. So great luck finding that, and then I was able to pick up some art bars. So these 4 art bars were found at 2 different tables. So I was able to acquire some of the art bars. Really not earth-shattering pickups. These are all national bars for the most part, and they're holiday bars. This is Be My Valentine 1984. I have been into the national bars a lot more lately, though. I just haven't been sharing them on YouTube on Guardhouse box videos, but I have a bag full of national bars I've got to get through. This one is a plain back reverse with border. This one here, another national, Be My Valentine 1985. This one's an OP, and you can see here it says Product of Canada on the reverse. One really cool part about national, some of them are Canadian bars and some are made in the USA, so it's a really interesting refiner. Another holiday bar. This one's Christmas, 88. And it has a different reverse. Still says Product of Canada, though. So holiday bars, I mean, not earth-shattering. I've gotten more into them over the years, but it's not my all-time favorite topic. This bar is super cool. Now, this one I found laying on its reverse here. So we're going to check that out first. You can see it's dated, which I always like, 1973. And this is from United States Cornage Corp. So this is another refiner that I've been into lately, and very happy to see that it was one I needed, Yankee Doodle. And that's, what is that, Spirit of 76. So pretty cool. Pretty neat bar. So this was a good find there. So that's what I ended up with at the coin shop. The coin show, not the coin shop. And I was able to work on my numismatic coins a little bit. And I left the price tag on this. For these, I think I spent about $52, $53 an ounce. So this coin right here was something that I just couldn't leave there. This is what we have here is a 1883 Morgan dollar. It's a Carson City in Mint State 65 in a rattler with the CAC sticker. Now the reason why I'm interested in changing my collection over to just CAC stickers is I want a coin graded with two different opinions. First, you have the opinion from PCGS that this is an MS65, and then you have the green bean. So you've got two gradings on the one coin. So the chances of this being a wrong grade is very minute. So it's two opinions on the same coin that this is a 65. And of course it's rotated incorrectly because that's what the rattlers do. You can see the obverse. Beautiful. And then the reverse. That CC right above the D and the O in dollar. This is more of a blast white coin with some toning around the rim, so this is the type of coin that I'll go after. You can see it was $750. So what I did is I brought a lot of my coins from my own collection to trade. So I actually downgraded. I took an MS66 that I know that does not qualify for the green bean, and I traded that in for the 65. So I was able to trade that coin and get $50 for this one. And this is kind of double collecting because it's a rattler. So this is an old holder, very desirable. So I know we're supposed to buy the coin and not the holder. I did a bit of both on this one. I bought the coin with the holder that I really liked. Downgraded to an MS65, but if CAC didn't agree on my 66 that it was a 66, was it really a downgrade, right? So CAC might have graded that one straight up as the coin I traded straight up as a 65 anyway. So very happy to get that one and no cost out of pocket at all to pick that one up. So that was also nice. Especially after striking out on Engelhard Gold. So after that, it's always been on my bucket list to visit a certain coin shop in Manchester. I'm here on the coast in New Hampshire. And Manchester is about right over there. So it's about 45 minutes away in my state. And 45 minutes away is the coin shop made famous by Yankee. And that is Tim's shop. And that's right in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I've never been. So I decided that I was going to go. AGAU came with, so we both went. And when we got to the coin shop, it was pretty busy. There was a line. There were people that were there that just wanted to meet Tim. So that was nice. He's kind of famous really now at this point. And so you have to wait a long time to be able to see him. It is worth the wait. And he's truly a nice person. When you get there, he'll spend as much time as you need with him. He's very kind, very courteous. He's a soft-spoken guy. So what a great visit. I only bought 1 ounce. I wanted to buy something from Tim. And so I was able to purchase this Norfed round. He had a lot to say about this Norfed. I happen to collect these. I have a small collection, maybe 5-6 ounces. And this is a round where the guy that owns the mint got in a lot of trouble for monetizing his silver. So you can see it's $10. You can't really do that. It's you can. You just go to prison for a little while. And this is dated 2003. So this is before he got in trouble and jailed. So it's a pretty nice Norfed round to have. So I'll put that with my collection. And I really enjoyed hearing what Tim had to say in person. I didn't film inside the coin store just simply because I didn't feel comfortable with it. And so I only have the view from outside his shop. I didn't want to, step on Yankee's toes and try to do a video from inside there. So out of respect, I decided not to film anything. And then after all of that, I went to Hampton, New Hampshire, to my own coin shop and hung out there for a little while. Was able to pick up a few items there. So here we have one of my pickups. This is a Johnson Matthey 5-ouncer. Serial number is wicked cool on this one. 040888. It's an OP. The condition of the bar is fantastic. There were some of these at the coin show. I just didn't go for it, and then happened to find one right at the LCS. So I was talking about strategies with coin shows versus coin shops. And the strategy that I have with coin shows is what I was telling you about with having a list and not getting overwhelmed and staying disciplined. But with coin shops, what's most important is your relationship with the shop owner. It's important. You need to be able to buy and sell with the shopkeeper, and you're going to get better deals if you do that. And so that's what I do. That's my strategy for coin shops, is to really have a good relationship with your local coin shop. Some of you don't have access to local coin shops, or maybe your coin shop is just, small and you buy a lot online. But for me, I wouldn't be as far as I am in my collecting if I didn't have a good relationship with my own coin shop. So also in there happened to be this art bar. This one was in the generic bin. So here we have a high wheeler. And this one's not a perfect bar. It has a line that goes through it. We check out the reverse where the line continues. It's a 1973 Great Lakes Mint. I don't think I have this one yet. So even though it's not a perfect bar, it's going to go into one of those albums that I have. These won't fit in the guardhouse boxes because of its shape. It's outside dimensions. Aren't conducive to the guardhouse box. So I store those in albums. So anyway, there you have it. A little bit longer of a video. If you stayed to the end, I truly appreciate your viewership. Without you guys watching Silverstruck videos, I would not be making videos at all. It was wonderful to meet AGAU. Please remember to visit his YouTube channel. Check out a video or two. Leave him some support. He's a great guy to know, like I was saying. And don't forget to leave me a comment either. I love talking with all of you. You guys are fantastic. And like I always like to say, thank you so much for watching.